Welcome to the Konect Elite Technical Overview video. This technical training video looks at Konect Elite's core technologies and which delivery model can be right for your users. In this video, we'll look at the Konect VM Center and the various technologies within it. We'll also look at session-based desktops and remote apps, workstations, and the Konekt Drive. We'll look at Konekt Security, and finally, we'll look at the big picture and how it all ties together. Desktopsites serverware software Konekt Elite is a cloud computing delivery and management solution which centralizes application and desktop management and delivers Windows applications and desktops as an on-demand service to any user, anywhere on any Windows client device. Konekt Elite is targeted at small to mid-sized businesses with less than 1,000 employees each. Konekt Elite leverages Microsoft environments and Hyper-V specifically to allow administrators to easily manage the delivery of various corporate resources to their users. Just a quick note, if you're running VMware, Konekt can publish apps, desktops, and data to your users. If you are running Konekt on a Hyper-V host, then you're able to take advantage of the latest Microsoft and Konekt virtualization technologies, such as RemoteApps and golden templates, which we'll discuss in a bit. Before we discuss any more, let's first make sure we're all on the same page of what virtualization even is. Now, we all know what physical means. Physical means tangible. You can touch it, you can unplug it, you can throw it across the room, which admittedly we sometimes want to do. Physical machines have one physical operating system per physical device. Physical servers have one server operating system for each physical server, called a host operating system, or host OS. If you run a virtual server platform solution like Hyper-V on the host OS, then you can run many virtual machines on that one physical server. These virtual machines, or VMs, can also be called guest OSs. These guest OSs are isolated virtual OSs, however they share the server's physical resources with the host OS. VMs can be both server operating systems, from Windows Server 2003 to 2012, and also client OSs, such as Windows XP, Vista, Win 7, and Win 8. The client side specifically is known as VDI, or Virtual Desktop Infrastructure. VDI can only reside on host OSs. When connecting to VDI, users use RDP protocol to interact with a virtual image, which resides on the host OS. The VM also leverages the host OS's physical resources, such as memory and disk space. These virtual machines and other resources can be delivered to users in different ways. We'll discuss these delivery methods in just a little bit. So let's go back to VMs. What are the advantages of these virtual machines in the first place? Well, there are several. First, you can support applications that have been written for different operating systems than the one running on the local physical machine. Applications and services that run within a VM are isolated from both the host OS and also from other VMs. Second, VMs have high availability and are secure. Administrators can take advantage of virtual environments to simplify backups, snapshots, disaster recovery, new deployments, and basic administration tasks. Third, VMs can be shut down without having to shut the physical server down. This gives control to the administrator. If a VM is ever compromised, simply shut it down, delete it, and create a new one without disrupting other production VMs. VMs also help to maximize return on investment. A company can decrease the capital and operating costs by sharing VMs to users rather than having physical devices everywhere to manage and maintain. VMs also increase the hardware utilization. VMs can be moved, copied, and reassigned between host servers to optimize hardware resource utilization, essentially getting you more bang for your buck. Now, VMs are great, but it's not all sunshine and daisies. There are a few things to watch out for when looking into any virtualization solution. First, free VM management tools are feature limited, and most of the advanced tools are too complex and expensive for small to medium businesses. Second, host servers require the latest virtualization hardware and software support. Older servers may not be able to run hypervisor technology. Also, when you're running VMs, servers experience increased memory and processor usage. In other words, you may have to upgrade the server's memory and storage. So, when are virtual machines a good choice for a business? First, VMs are good when a business is running into application compatibility issues, or when a business needs to extend the life of a costly custom legacy application that isn't compatible with the devices that the users have. VMs allow for great new delivery methods with varying user experiences, which cater to different workers and different work styles out there. VMs are also a good choice when administrators want to take advantage of simplified data backups, snapshots, DR, new deployments, and basic system administration tasks. Finally, VMs are good when a business wants to increase their hardware utilization or when a business wants to decrease the capital and operating cost of maintaining physical devices. All in all, VMs are fluid, easy to maintain, give powerful capabilities, and allow a seamless experience to the user. VMs can be a great tool if you can easily manage it all and can afford the slightly higher upfront cost. So how does Konekt help? Konekt Elite simplifies and streamlines the creation and management of VMs by leveraging Hyper-V technology in the Konekt VM Center. Konekt auto-syncs with Hyper-V hosts to further simplify management, providing real-time data and control. With Konekt, you can create golden image templates and store them in the VM library, saving a massive amount of time and headache when creating new VMs. You can also dynamically create new virtual machines from golden image templates on any host server, again further simplifying the management of these VMs. Again, Konekt golden image templates support various Microsoft server and desktop operating systems, meaning you have more options to gain all of the benefits we've previously discussed. All in all, Konekt can save you a ton of time, resources, and headache by simplifying the creation, deployment, and management of VMs, leveraging the latest Microsoft technologies, giving you more options and more control. So we've looked at the difference between physical and virtual, we've looked at what VMs are, and we've shown how Konekt can help in the daily management of these machines. Now, applications and desktops, whether physical or virtual, can be delivered to users in different ways. We'll now discuss the different delivery models available and also who these delivery models are meant for. First, we'll look at session-based server desktops. Hosted server desktops is a server desktop delivery model that provides each user with a complete desktop to applications that are running on a centralized server. Host server desktops can be delivered from both physical and virtual servers. Each server is running one operating system and can support multiple users who all have the same access to that one operating system, but who have unique profiles when logging in. What are the pros of delivering hosted server desktops to users? This is the most common delivery method today because of its lowered cost due to the simplicity of the solution. Because users are sharing the same desktop, you can get far more users onto a server. This in turn means fewer servers and resources to deliver. This simplifies management, making it a very effective delivery model for the price. Also, an important note, with 2008 R2 SP1 and 2012 servers, RemoteApps can greatly enhance the user experience. So what are the cons of hosted server desktops? Well, first, session lockdown is difficult to achieve. It's time-consuming to securely lock down server desktops so that the users only have access to the applications and information that they need. Second, server desktops were never really designed to be used as a client desktop, so some applications just simply won't run on the server OS. Third, you can't publish from older servers, so administrators run into distribution issues. Fourth, you cannot reboot your server at any given time. As multiple people are potentially using the desktop at the same time, you cannot reboot the session at will. Also, desktop customization is difficult to achieve. As the same OS is being used by multiple users, users are limited in their ability to customize their desktop profile. So, when are hosted server desktops a good choice for users? They're good for when users need a full desktop experience either remotely or within the work environment, or for when users need a highly controlled environment with no requirements to save data locally. They're also good for when there is a need to limit risk of data theft, and they're especially useful to help extend the life of the older PC that the user is connecting from. Hosted server desktops is also a great choice when a business has budget constraints, as this is one of the most cost-effective delivery solutions with minimal capital upfront costs. So why would I choose Konekt Elite when delivering hosted server desktops? First, Konekt Elite supports multiple server and server farm environments. This gives you amazing flexibility when extending the life of custom or legacy apps. Second, Konekt secures WAN access with our Konekt Gateway. Users can connect securely through the internet. Third, Konekt Elite auto-provisions itself, automatically installing all of the server roles and features required to run the Konekt Management Console, or KMC. The KMC simplifies deployment and management of server resources. It also gives the ability to limit users to specific servers and farms within a domain. And it also provides dynamic creation of group policy OUs, GPOs, and GPO links to easily and effectively manage servers and users accessing them. The KMC also adds advanced security and lockdown using Active Directory and group policy, while our loopback policy is used to apply advanced user and computer settings on specific Active Directory users, groups, and computers. Finally, the Konekt client enables users to access RDS desktops on multiple Windows devices. And with our coming HTML5 client, we'll support literally any device with the HTML5 compatible browser, including Mac, iPad, Android, and mobile devices. Ultimately, hosted server desktops can be a good choice for certain work styles, so long as you have a good management tool to provide security and to simplify the day-to-day operations of maintaining this solution. Overall, while security and user experience aren't the greatest, it is the cheapest solution and users can get what they need, so it is the most common delivery among small to medium businesses today. Konect Elite simplifies the management of these resources, reduces risk of both data theft and unwanted security breaches, and ultimately gives you a lot more bang for your buck. Now let's look at Remote App Sessions. Remote App Publishing is a server application delivery model that provides each user with access to individual applications from a local device despite the fact that the applications and data are running on a centralized server operating system. In other words, it looks and feels as though the user is running the app locally, but they're actually viewing a remote app session that is running on a server. It's basically the same as hosted server desktops, but the users are only getting their applications, not the entire desktop. Applications are being delivered from the server to many users. So what's good about remote apps? First, remote apps are delivered the same as RDS desktops. However, because only the applications are delivered to users, not the entire server desktop, security threats are reduced considerably. Desktops require much greater lockdown than apps. On a desktop, you can run a virus crippling the server and everyone accessing it. It's a lot more difficult to run a virus in a remote app session. You can also get many more users on a server compared to hosted desktops. This is because users are only running app sessions, not the entire server desktop session, so they require less server resources per user. Because of these reasons, and also because of a much simpler licensing structure, remote apps cost a lot less than VDI and other solutions. Again, as with hosted desktops, remote effects on the newer servers gives users an enhanced, seamless experience. So what are the cons of remote app sessions as a solution? First, some applications are not designed to run on servers. App compatibility can be a big issue in this solution. Second, you cannot reboot the application session at will. As multiple people are potentially using the same application at the same time, you cannot sporadically reboot the session. Also, users are limited in what devices they can connect from. With Microsoft's remote apps, users can only connect from Windows 7 and Windows 8 devices. So when are remote app sessions a good choice for users? Remote app sessions are good for users who need access to centralized business applications, or for when users are mobile and need to eliminate the transfer of data from device to server. They're also good for users who need a highly controlled environment with little to no requirements to save data locally. Lastly, remote app sessions are a good choice when a business has budget constraints, as this is one of the most cost-effective delivery solutions with minimal upfront costs. Overall, remote app sessions can be a great solution if you only need access to a server application, nothing more. Very streamlined and simple. If you have the right management tool, remote app can greatly increase productivity and lower costs, as well as extend the life of existing devices. So what does Konect Elite add to remote app sessions? Well, Konect Elite has been designed to simplify application deployments within Microsoft's entire family of servers. With Konect, you can publish from Windows Server 2003 all the way to 2012. Also, Konect Elite can deliver remote app sessions to many more client devices, including XP and Vista devices. And with our soon-to-be released HTML5 client, all Mac, iPad, Android, and mobile devices as well. Konect allows mixed environments from both server and client perspectives, and it has a single pane manager, or a single dashboard, to manage everything. This simplifies many complex processes and saves huge amounts of time and resources. Now, let's look at VDI. What is VDI? Well, VDI stands for Virtual Desktop Infrastructure, but what it means is a client desktop OS running on a host server OS being delivered to any device. VDI can be delivered as either personal or pooled desktops. A personal virtual desktop is a virtual machine hosted on a remote desktop virtualization host server and assigned to a specific user, also known as persistent assignment. A personal virtual desktop retains all changes by the user because each user has their own personal virtual desktop. Personal VDI pros involve desktop isolation and personalization. Each dedicated VM retains all changes, including applications, personal settings, and data for that given user. Users can install applications and perform updates to the operating system as needed. Each user is also assigned his or her own VM and can personalize it as well, which is practically identical to owning a physical PC. From the administration standpoint, snapshots allow for advanced management capabilities to recover desktop states. Again, as with all RDP delivery models, remote effects on the newer servers greatly enhances the user experience. So what are the cons of delivering personal VDI to users? First, it's a costly solution and more expensive than pooled desktops and other methods as well. Since there is a one-to-one mapping between the VM and a user, a higher level of management is needed, and therefore both the initial and ongoing cost of personal VDI is higher than that of pooled VDI. Second, VDI requires a major investment in server hardware and storage and network infrastructure. The total cost may exceed that of procuring a basic PC for each user. Third, patches and updates must be performed on each VM individually. So when are personal VDI desktops a good choice for users? Well, they're good for when users need a high level of personalization. They're also good for users that require advanced rights, such as administrative privileges, like when a user might want to install applications. Finally, personal VDI desktops are ideal for anyone who needs OS or application isolation. Overall, personal VDI desktops give users amazing control over their environment, and therefore personalization and ultimately user satisfaction are maximized. They are secure and allow for highly granulated control. That being said, they can be difficult to manage and can be more costly than the other solutions available. So what does Konect Elite bring to the table? Konect supports Server 2008 R2, SP1, and 2012. Konect has a detailed VM Center, which allows you to easily create golden image desktop templates and store them in the VM library. Golden image templates support any desktop OS. Administrators can dynamically create new VMs from a golden image template on any host server. Admins can easily create desktop groups and can also dynamically provision and create group policy requirements to easily and effectively manage personal desktops and the users accessing them. Konect has advanced security settings using Active Directory and group policy, and Konect loopback policy is used to target advanced user and computer settings. Now let's look at pooled VDI desktops. A virtual desktop pool is a group of identically configured VMs on a remote desktop virtualization host server that are temporarily assigned to users. A group of the same VMs are pooled together and accessed by different users. A VM can be configured to roll back the changes when a user logs off. So what are the pros of delivering pooled VDI desktops? Because you don't need to worry about managing individual desktops, pooled VDI generally has a lower cost than personal VDI. Because the disk image is restored back to the original state once a user logs off, the size of backup storage required for these VMs is reduced. Again, on the newer servers, remote effects greatly enhances the user experience. And what are the cons? Pooled VDI is still a costly solution, though less expensive than personal VDI for storage and resource. Since VMs are rolled back after each user logs off and shared within a pool of users, there is no one-to-one mapping between a user and the VM. This means simpler management than personal VDI, although initial and ongoing cost for pooled VDI solutions overall still remains high. No desktop personalization can occur because VMs are rolled back to the original gold image state when a user logs off. All user-installed applications and desktop customizations are lost. Updating the parent image can be problematic because it requires the recreation of all desktops in a pool. So when are pooled VDI desktops a good choice? Well, they're good for task workers that require access to the same set of applications on varying shifts throughout the day. They're also good for workers that require access to legacy applications in order to perform their tasks. Finally, pooled VDI is a lower cost solution than personal VDI because it requires less storage and resources. Overall, pooled VDI desktops can be very effective for certain work styles or for specific environments that certain applications require. Because pooled VDI requires less storage and resources than personal VDI, it's a less costly solution. The drawback is that pooled VDI doesn't allow for full personalization. So why choose Konect Elite? Well, with Konect Elite, you can apply patches and updates without destroying the parent image, so the pooled virtual desktops are always up to date, even when rollback is enabled. The rest of the benefits are the same as with personal VDI. Konect dramatically simplifies the management and deployment of pooled VDI desktops using Microsoft's Remote Desktop Protocol. Konect Elite has been purpose-built to simplify VDI desktop deployments, whether personal or pooled. Now let's discuss workstations. Workstations are personal physical desktops that have been allocated to a specific user. Workstations within the LAN can be accessed remotely. Peer-to-peer solutions are a decentralized form of networking architecture. Each physical workstation is allocated to one user at a time. So what are the pros of delivering workstation desktops? Users can access their physical desktop from another location as if they were right there, both in the LAN and WAN. Users can have control over their own PCs and can customize them as they desire. Because it's familiar and all resources are local, users have an excellent experience. When added to other delivery methods, workstations help give users the highest satisfaction. Users can get their corporate data when they need, and they can also get access to their physical desktop if they need. So what are the cons of delivering workstation desktops? First, only one user can access the same desktop at any given time. Second, workstations have a higher cost than thin clients, such as the cost of PC and laptop ownership for each user, and also the cost of individual resources and updates on each individual machine. Also, workstations can be difficult and costly to manage. Patches and updates need to be performed on each desktop individually, and there's also no single pane management console to simplify the administration side. So, when are workstations a good choice for users? Workstations are ideal for businesses where applications and data are not stored centrally, and they need these physical devices to run their day-to-day operations. They're also great for when users need a personalized desktop that they can customize at will. And finally, workstations is a great delivery method for when users need access to specific physical desktops from a remote location. Overall, workstations are great for the right scenario. If users require individual personalized experience, or the business hasn't centralized apps and data with a server scenario yet, workstations may be a good alternative as an intermediate stage until servers are put into place. The other reason workstations can be great is if users ever need remote access to a specific PC. As long as the PC is turned on, users can access their personal desktop at any time. Managing individual PCs can be a cumbersome task, which is why companies are moving into other virtualization solutions like Sessions and VDI. Mixed scenarios are ideal. Users in a mixed scenario would be enjoying all of the benefits of Sessions and VDI, but still have the direct capabilities that workstations allow. So what does Konect add to the picture? The Konect Management Console gives admins a single-pane dashboard to manage all of this. Admins can quickly and easily deploy a specific user's desktop if need be. The Konect Gateway secures access to personal workstations both in the LAN and WAN, meaning you have no worries about security threats no matter what location the user is connecting to or from. Coming in August of 2013, our new HTML5 client called Konekt Direct will be ready for production environments. This new client will allow access from any HTML5 supported device. In other words, you can work on your PC from your Mac or your iPad or even your phone if you had to. True mobility. Get whatever you need from whatever device you're using. Alright, so we've looked at desktops, applications, and VMs, and the various delivery methods used to deploy these resources to workers depending on their work styles. Now let's look at file access. It's exactly what it sounds like, accessing files. For this video, we're talking about corporate files or work files, not personal files. These corporate files could be any type, from simple Word and PowerPoint files to large complex files written for enterprise or even custom applications. Pretty much everyone needs access to files and for various reasons, from remote workers to worker groups who share files to anyone who just wants one place to locate all of their files. Now, there are many solutions available for file access: server shares, VPNs, public cloud file access, and private virtual file access. This video discusses Konect's private virtual file access, also known as the Konekt Drive. Using Active Directory to authenticate, the Konekt Drive dynamically creates virtual folders that can be accessed remotely. This means users can securely access corporate data through both the LAN and WAN. Also, administrators can publish shares from multiple servers, yet the user still sees one drive letter for the multiple shares, which keeps things simple and effective for both of them. So, what are the benefits of using the Konekt Drive? With the Konekt Drive, users can remotely access corporate files and folders. Konekt secures this access through virtual file sharing, resulting in remote workers who can work more efficiently and effectively. Because the Konekt Drive behaves exactly the same as their local drive, users have an excellent experience interacting with it on a daily basis. Also, with our up-and-coming HTML5 client, users again will be able to access these virtual files on any HTML5 device. Once you've used Konect Elite to provision and deliver all these other resources, such as desktops, apps, VMs, and workstations, you can further enhance user experience by leveraging the Konekt Drive to access corporate data as well. This combination results in users having all their company resources at their fingertips, while administrators can easily manage everything, and the company resources themselves remain secure and protected. But wait a second, how does Konekt secure all these company resources? Konect's secure gateway access has encryption and port forwarding built right in. Konekt also leverages Microsoft Active Directory and group policy for easy and secure authentication and powerful lockdown measures. Well, that sounds great, but what does that really mean? Well, first, Konekt Secure Gateway offers administrators the ability to give users secure access to corporate resources through the internet. With the Konekt Gateway's inherent encryption, you don't need a VPN connection, but you can layer on VPN and SSL if you want. The gateway enables connections to remote computers across firewalls and auto-provisions itself so you don't have to. All in all, the Konekt Gateway increases security, better enables mobile user access, and reduces costs when compared to alternative secure access technologies. The second part of Konekt Security pertains to authentication and lockdown. Konekt leverages Active Directory to authenticate users, groups, and computers, which are referred to as AD objects within a specific domain. Still, even when authenticated, users shouldn't have access to the entire network, so Konekt also leverages group policy to lock down a user's desktop. Together, Active Directory and group policy can be a very powerful tool to give administrators granulated control when securing resources and setting policies. So what are the pros of these two components? They allow for simple management of users, groups, and computers within a domain. They also save time managing these resources, and of course they allow advanced security and lockdown policies. The problem is they require multi-console managers to execute policies, and their thousands of settings make management a headache to say the least. It is also extremely difficult to combine AD objects with GPO use, GPO links, and GPO settings so that they all seamlessly work together. Active Directory and group policy is a good choice when admins need to secure and lock down corporate resources, when admins need granular control over users, groups, and computers in a domain, and when they need a simplified method of maintaining a growing number of users and subsequent resources. So what does Konekt add? The KMC leverages Active Directory to simplify secure authentication and the distribution of corporate resources to specific users and groups. Konekt then integrates Active Directory and group policy to combine AD objects with GPO use, GPO links, and GPO settings so that they all seamlessly work together. Konekt dynamically configures these GPO organizational units, GPO objects, and GPO links to effectively manage Konekt load balancing farms, VM hosts, and VDI. Konekt's loopback policies are used to target advanced user and computer settings, and also Konekt makes it easy to apply GP settings with an amazing feature with single-click GP settings for AD objects. Basically, Konekt takes this very powerful and complicated process of combining Active Directory and group policy and makes it simple and intuitive for the administrator, so he can easily manage any network as well as enhance the security of any network resources. Alright, so we've discussed what VMs are, and we've also looked at the different delivery methods used to push these VMs and other business resources out to users. We've looked at sessions, both server desktops and remote apps. We've looked at VDI, both personal and pooled. We've looked at workstations in a peer-to-peer setup. And finally, we've looked at virtual file sharing with the Konekt Drive. We've briefly looked at what Konekt adds to each of these solutions on an individual level, and the security layer that Konekt adds to each of these delivery models. The last piece of the puzzle is aptly named All Together Now, because these are exactly the biggest benefits Konekt gives you, all together and now. So what does this mean? First, mixed deliveries means Konekt blends all of these various delivery models and allows you to simply manage them with one easy dashboard. This means you can easily provision all of these resources to your users without having to spend all day on it. Mixed servers means Konekt supports all versions of the Microsoft Windows Server family from 2003 and up, although it should be noted that 2003 support is limited and the Konekt VM Center runs on 2008 R2 SP1 and 2012 only. That being said, having publishing capabilities and one single dashboard for all server types can be very useful for administrators for the many reasons mentioned throughout this video. Mixed devices means Konekt also supports more devices, such as XP, Vista, Win7, and Win8. And with our new HTML5 component, users can also connect from any HTML5 browser. This means there is no download or training for your users to connect a new device. Since there is no download, there are also no patches or updates to be done on the client devices. This will save admins tons of time while keeping users happy and productive. There are a few reasons why having a single solution to manage all these different delivery models, servers, and devices can benefit a company, both in the short run and in the long run. First is varied work styles. There is no one-size-fits-all delivery model. Any small to mid-sized business typically will have at least a few different people doing different jobs, working differently, having different needs. Each delivery model is meant for these different users with their different work styles. Today's businesses need a solution that can easily blend all these various models and therefore maximize resources, productivity, and efficiency for all workers, no matter their specific work style. Second, a single solution helps the evolution of a business. As a business grows, it needs new people with new work styles, and so it becomes increasingly important that the solution used can grow with the business as well. Throughout its growth, the company will adopt several different work styles that require certain resources and certain delivery methods. Because Konekt can handle all these various resources and deliveries, Konekt will grow with your business, not against it. Third, a single solution allows admins to follow the 80-20 rule. We all know the 80-20 rule. Well, there are many of them. We're talking about time management. The 80-20 rule states that 80% of results come from the top 20% of the most important tasks. Unfortunately, in the small to medium business space, solutions are often very complicated and can keep administrators busy with 80% of their time being spent on the 80% of the least effective things, like running around putting out fires instead of finding new solutions and new customers. Konect can help to simplify the management of your users, and this frees you up to spend your time on the most important tasks, keeping you both efficient and effective. Also, a single solution lowers overall cost. When a business implements a single solution and stays with it for a long period of time, they will receive some unexpected bonuses that will help to lower overall cost of ownership for that solution. Having a single solution means you and your users require significantly less training time. Also, your people remain productive having one consistent place to get everything. It also keeps admins happy and on task, and if the company stays with the solution for a longer time period, the admin learns the solution in detail and then becomes an expert in it. Having a single console to manage all the varied clients and users can also help admins significantly by giving them a consistent and therefore drastically simplified experience. This keeps costs low for both the client and reseller, maximizing profit and encouraging growth. All in all, users get what they need from whatever device they're working on, using a very easy and intuitive solution with a very minimal learning curve. Admins enjoy simplified management, a reduced workload, advanced security, and overall a very effective solution for their clients. The company itself experiences an increase in return on investment as productivity is up and costs are down. The company is comfortable growing with the solution, not around it. And finally, the company can afford to go mobile with the low annual subscription license model from desktopsites. So we've looked at all together. Now let's look at now. Konect mixes all these various delivery models and environments and is designed specifically to seamlessly add into whatever Microsoft environment you're currently running. Konect also auto-provisions itself, taking only minutes to install and allowing you to get your users up and running very quickly. desktopsites' unparalleled support staff can get you up and running within a matter of minutes, so you can get your users connected today. To get started, simply contact desktopsites or your IT administrator for more details.